Welcome to Dewan, the game where each tribe battles for survival by controlling territories and valuable resources. The objective? Score the most points by strategically placing your camps on the map, securing resources, and completing your story tiles. Create the game map by randomly assigning a starting tile to each player and adding as many neutral tiles as there are players. Place 2 berry tokens on each visible symbol on the game map. Then, place 5 story tiles and 6 terrain cards face up in the center of the table. Each player takes 1 tribe board and 9 camps in their color, places 8 of these camps on the designated spaces on their tribe board, then places the 9th camp in the center of their starting tile. They also draw 2 terrain cards face down. Randomly select the first player and give them the Day 1 token. Starting with the player to the right of the first player and proceeding counterclockwise, each player chooses 1 story tile from the row and places it on the leftmost empty space on their tribe board. On your turn, you must perform one of 2 actions: take 2 cards or place 1 camp. To take cards, choose 2 adjacent terrain cards from the visible row, add them to your hand, and then immediately replace them with 2 cards from the draw pile. To place a camp, choose 1 camp of your color on the game map as a starting point and a free space as the destination. Discard terrain cards that match each type of terrain you cross, including the starting and destination spaces. Watch out for water zones. Discarding just 1 water card allows you to cross any number of spaces within a single water zone. If you cross a space with a camp belonging to an opponent, give them the card you used to cross that space instead of discarding it. Take the leftmost camp from your tribe board and place it onto the destination. If that zone contains at least 1 berry token, take it. Check whether the freed space triggers an effect. Either take 1 additional story tile or slide 1 card from your hand under your tribe board, face up, onto the leftmost available space. At the end of your turn, check if the requirements of your story tiles are met. If so, slide them upward and immediately draw 1 terrain card for each story tile just completed. To satisfy the requirements of a story tile, you must have placed camps on specific terrain tiles and on spaces adjacent to specific resources. For each terrain symbol, the corresponding camp must be placed in a different zone of that terrain type. For each resource symbol, your camp must be adjacent to a different icon matching that resource. For water zones, a camp must be adjacent to a different water zone for each water symbol required. Cards placed underneath the tribe board also count towards satisfying these requirements. The game ends when a player places their 9th and final camp. Finish the current round so that everyone has played the same number of turns, then move on to scoring. To score, discard all non-completed story tiles. Then add up the points on the story tiles you have completed. Score 1 point for each fire symbol visible on your completed story tiles and on the cards under your tribe board. The player with the most fire symbols earns 4 additional points. Score 4 points for each group of at least 2 connected camps you have on the game map. Finally, earn 2 points for each berry token obtained and for each berry symbol visible on the terrain cards placed underneath your tribe board. The player with the most points wins the game. In the event of a tie, the player with the most terrain cards remaining in their hand wins. Day 1 also features a team game mode and theme scenarios, including an erupting volcano, a downpour, or lake villages, each with its own unique rules and strategies.